Welcome once again to the Casper Podcast, where we take a deep dive into blockchain technology and speak with those who are building the future of the decentralized web. I'm your host, Joe Benso, and I'm here with Matt Shaffnit from the Casper Association as usual. On today's show, we're recapping our recent trip to Austin, Texas, where the Casper team was on the ground for Consensus 2023. For those of you that may not know, Consensus is the world's largest and longest running gathering of crypto and blockchain professionals. And this year's conference was especially exciting because we got to hear from Casper Labs' Chief Technology Officer, Medha Parlikar, who spoke about the future of enterprise blockchain. So Matt, we just finished up Consensus. A lot of the team from Casper were there. I know you're hearing some feedback internally. What are you hearing about the event this year?
Well, there's definitely a big focus on enterprise this year. I heard a lot of great feedback from the boots on the ground and others who are having engaging discussions, both with developers and companies, looking how they can meaningfully apply blockchain into some of their tech solutions and stacks.
I mean, we talked to a lot of developers over the week, and this conference kind of coincided with the release of our developer portal. What does that mean in terms of like how this is a big deal for Casper?
This is a huge deal for us. I mean, it's been a work in progress for some time. There has to be a way to quickly onboard and engage users with your network, and I think the dev portal plays a serious and important role in making that happen. One thing we're definitely seeing is something similar that occurred in the fintech wave, right? Where we had a significant amount of layoffs in an industry that was previously very lucrative. Those people went to the tech sector. Many people who were about to graduate diverted into the tech sector. And I think now where you're seeing the bank collapses and mass consolidation over at JP Morgan and the money center banks at large, Credit Suisse, UBS, there's a lot of redundancies in quotes, right, in corporate speak. And it's my belief that that's going to be funneled into alternative areas that people can put their skills to work and use, and blockchain is just a magic fit for that.
Thank you, Matt. The conference was an overwhelming success, and the unquestionable highlight of the event was hearing from Medha speak about the future of enterprise blockchain. So let's join Medha on the Hash stage at Consensus 2023, where she's just been asked what is unique about enterprise and what specific products do they need.
Definitely, enterprises have very specific and complex requirements when they're working with any technology stack, right? And from Casper's perspective, what we built was a public layer 1 protocol that gives enterprises the flexibility and control they need with respects to their on-chain code, how they can permission and manage those contracts, what they can do with accounts in a sovereign manner, while still allowing them to control their on-chain code transparently in the blockchain, right? So we believe that the blockchain protocol should enforce certain things at the protocol level, because while you can build anything into a smart contract, you don't have the same kind of guarantees as what is enforced by the protocol very transparently. And to us, that's really around permissions and contract versioning. So we have a very strong opinion around being able to upgrade your smart contracts, being able to manage that all on-chain, version it. The protocol enforces semantic versioning of your smart contracts on-chain. Even with the guaranteed security of a public network, you can still incrementally build your code, service your customers, recover accounts, and add new features, right? This is really, really important for enterprises. And so we built the blockchain not only to do that, but also to interoperate with the Web 2 stack. So the Web 2 software engineering stack is very, very rich, right? And we believe that the blockchain infrastructure needs to drop directly into that stack. So in terms of building products on top of it, one of our flagship customers, IPW, is tokenizing patents using NFTs. And patents are a highly valuable asset. They're in the public domain. And so a public blockchain is a perfect way to track provenance and allow discovery and the exchange and purchase, selling, and leasing of these patents using public blockchain infrastructure.
IP is such a fascinating topic in blockchain, and looking around the room, it's clear that everyone would probably agree. One of the things that Casper is working on is on-chain programmatic royalties, and no sooner did that cross my mind than Meta was asked the question about how enterprises might use that technology.
Well, enterprises want a lot of power and flexibility when it comes to NFTs. There's a lot of things that NFTs can be used for. Like, I maintain that our entire world is filled with non-fungible tokens, right? Because everything we interact with every day is non-fungible by definition. So if you want to express our world by using the blockchain, NFTs are a great use case for that. And because of Casper's architecture, you can actually use a single NFT contract and just configure it the way you need to build KYC NFTs, to build, the kind of NFTs are for digital identity or digital assets that are non-transferable or can be minted by anyone or can have mutable metadata within the NFT itself. So our customers are using NFTs in really unique ways, and what they love is they only have one contract they need to work with, and they can just configure it.
Another question that was asked of Meta was about the regulatory environment and the clarity that is needed from regulators, specifically for enterprises that want to stay compliant.
Any clarity would be great. Right now, we're finding that, with regulation, what we're seeing is that it's just, instead of coming up with any rules, they're just putting out enforcement actions. And companies like ours, we are happy to comply with any kind of rules that the government would put forth, but they need to say something, right? And furthermore, from a technology perspective, the public Casper network has provided what we believe at the capability level, the ability for companies that are using the blockchain technology to comply, right? So what can I do as a technologist to be future ready for future government enforcement or government actions or government regulation is to provide my customers as much flexibility they can have with the trust of the network, right? That's how I feel we can contribute to being ready for future regulatory changes as they come, is to give customers the flexibility and the ability to adapt, to grow and learn as the environment changes.
Another technology completely disrupting entire industries at lightning speed, AI, was also discussed at the conference this year. So I wasn't surprised when someone asked a question about how AI might integrate with the crypto economy in the near future.
Oh yeah, so AI, this is a really interesting topic. So from my perspective, I feel like seeing decentralized training models that have an incentive baked in for the person that is doing the training. So basically you have a community that is incentivized and owns the training of an AI, and that work is managed through public blockchain infrastructure. I think this is an extremely interesting model whereby you don't have centralized control over the training of these artificial intelligence systems. And even if you look at, Chat GPT and GPT-4, you can see that there's a bias in it, right? Because the data set by which the AI is trained is centrally controlled. So I think there's also very interesting incentive mechanisms that you could build where, hey, I've got some really interesting data of my own that I'm going to, use to train this AI, and I can get compensated for that. And the blockchain is a perfect mediator of that, right? To both measure the value of that and to provide rewards to participants that are training AIs.
Getting enterprises to fully adopt blockchain is definitely not going to be an overnight process. So I was all ears when Meta was asked about the enterprise sales cycle and how Casper Labs is going about selling enterprises on blockchain adoption.
Wow. So yeah, when we talk about lead gen and sales tactics, the enterprise sales cycle is very, very long. Years. They don't make decisions quickly. So we spend a lot of time talking with them through a variety of different use cases. Many, many enterprises have a blockchain practice set up internally. They're starting to explore use cases. They come to us and we talk them through, like, these are some of the ideas that we have in your business. This is how we can help you really get value out of blockchain, right? We're not a hammer looking for a nail. We have to deliver ROI, which we feel is very, very important, not only for the Casper protocol, but obviously for our customers and blockchain as an industry, right? We want to gain legitimacy, and that takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of effort to actually deliver value to the enterprise, right? And that's what we are really focused on.
Matt, what are your big takeaways from Consensus 2023? It seems like every year this conference gets bigger and bigger. Maybe I can ask you to make a prediction. What do you think people are going to be talking about Consensus 2024?
One thing is for sure, the enthusiasm for blockchain technologies and crypto is not dying, and Consensus 2023 was a manifestation of that incarnate. For sure, because the last, year and a half has been kind of slugging it out in the market. There's been a lot of adversaries. We've had two major blow-ups, first with the DeFi debacle at Celsius and 3 Arrow, and then the inside dealing and shenanigans at FTX. And these were really important things for the market to digest out. It took some digesting, and we experienced that firsthand here at Casper. I think all of our friends in the ecosystem would echo that sentiment. We need to be vigilant as a community about what's real and what's fake, and realize that those people in the ecosystem who are building in earnest and showing that, I think, are going to prevail.
Well, that's it. We're pretty much out of time. If you'd like to be on the Casper podcast, send us a message. We'd love to hear what you're building and what you're working on. From myself and Matt at the Casper Association, keep building, and we'll see you on the other side.